Hello, good and faithful people of the Church of the Mediator. I am coming to you this week as we lean together into the fifth Sunday after Pentecost, this Sunday, July the 10th. I will not be with you because I am here in the Baltimore, Maryland Convention Center where General Convention, the General Convention of the Episcopal Church will be meeting this week, starting tomorrow and through next Tuesday, 5 full days of legislative business. I've been here earlier because I'm working for what's called the Secretariat, which is the group of folks, among other folks, but one of the groups of folks who takes care of much of the textual business of General Convention. You can see I'm sitting in the convention hall, which will be the House of Deputies. If you remember correctly, the Episcopal Church, when we gather church-wide for our governance in General Convention, we have two houses: the House of Bishops, which is all of the bishops from across the church, and then the House of Deputies, which are all those who are elected by conventions of all of the dioceses of the church at their conventions throughout the year. You can see actually behind me, over that away, is the delegation for the Diocese of Bethlehem. Will be seated over there. I will be actually sitting, I'm gonna turn up front, sorry to make you seasick there, but I will be sitting all the way up front alongside the platform, where I will be what's called a text editor, which means when a resolution is brought before convention and somebody wants to amend that resolution, they have to actually pre-file their amendment to the resolution, and that has to be submitted to one of two text editors in the House of Deputies, that we then enter it into the computer so that it goes to all of the deputies and their virtual binders, which are on an iPad now. And then all of that is standardized according to the Robert's Rules of Order that we use to conduct our business here at General Convention. You'll remember also that our polity, that is the way we structure the Episcopal Church, is pretty cool actually. And that is that while the standard unit of the church is the diocese, right? Although we most commonly see each other in parishes, that our diocese is actually centered around our bishop, who is our chief pastor. And our business in dioceses is conducted democratically together with our bishop, people voting from each parish together in convention, making decisions about the governance of the church. But then we also then gather every 3 years in General Convention from deputies from across the church and the House of Bishops together to conduct the business and the governance of the Episcopal Church, church-wide. Of course, that is dioceses, not just in the United States, but also dioceses really around the world, including in Latin America, in Europe, all over the place. So there are due to be about 1,200 or 1,300 people here in this convention hall over the next few days. That's much smaller than General Convention usually is, because of course COVID has limited our business and our dealings here. But it's pretty cool. And so we gather, we will look at resolutions on all manner of things, including, if you remember, the General Convention and the gathered church at large is the gathering that takes care of thinking about things like our common prayer, the ways that we worship together, those levels of documents, our constitutional documents that we hold together and we change, if we change them, together as a church. So that it's not just one of us or a small group of us that are doing those things. I think that's pretty important and pretty incredible. So I interrupt my series about invitation and my Episcopal elevator speech this week to come to you from preparations for the General Convention here in Baltimore, Maryland. And my challenge to you this week is to be praying for us as we're here, not only those who are going to be working hard on the delegations, voting, and on the deputations rather, voting and looking at business and resolutions, but also those of us who are working behind the scenes very hard, a lot of hours to make sure that all of it happens. So Praise and thanks be to God. Take good care of Father Cliff, who will be with you this Sunday. Blessings, my good people.